John Krasinski established a less is more approach to A Quiet Place right from the beginning. Free from the cacophony of other noisy blockbusters, audiences were chilled to the bone by the near-silent world overrun by aliens that could track by the slightest sound. It was genuinely cool to be in a dead quiet theater with an audience too afraid to utter a peep for fear of attracting the creatures themselves. The spin-off, A Quiet Place Day One, is a different beast. Originally to be directed by Jeff Nichols, it was ultimately Michael Sarnoski, director of the acclaimed indie drama Pig, who took the reins. Perhaps it should have been obvious, but the result is like an art house horror with a focus on a singular dramatic turn by Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o and one amazingly helpful feline. The third film in the franchise takes us back literally to day one of the aliens' arrival, and humanity learning rather quickly that it's a good idea to shut the fuck up from now on. That's not such an easy task when you're talking about New York City, the loudest city in the world. Nyong'o plays Sam, a terminal cancer patient in hospice, and she's angry at the world. We're introduced to her thorny personality as she's sharing in group therapy a poem that craps on everybody, including Nurse Ruben, played by Alex Wolff, the one guy trying hard to be her friend. To that end, Ruben invites her along on a field trip into the city to see a show, a marionette show as it turns out, with the promise of real New York pizza at the end. Even Sam can't refuse a slice of New York pizza. And boy, does she cling to that desire for a slice of za for the entirety of the movie. The pizza is going to have to wait though, because the world is coming to an end and shit. Arriving like meteors falling down to Earth, the chaos caused by the Predator's arrival evokes imagery similar to 9/11. Buildings topple, smoke and fire set the city ablaze, and ash covers thousands of people like fallen snow. At first, it takes some getting used to this mini explosions in A Quiet Place movie because it's not supposed to be this loud. But it is, and frequently so. Humanity hasn't figured out quite what to do to survive. And even when they do, aren't well practiced at keeping silent the way folks are in the two prior movies. Day One takes on the shape of a big studio movie in that respect only. We'll see a lot more of the creatures than we ever have before, and they are constantly in chase mode. They aren't as scary as a result, which will be disappointing to those hoping to get at least a jump scare or two. Instead, A Quiet Place Day One is, in a way, a character study about Sam coming to terms with her death. The alien attack throws a monkey wrench into things, and that it might hasten the end, but Sam is remarkably resolute throughout. Terrified, sure, but definitely in better shape than Eric, the British law student played by Stranger Things breakout Joseph Quinn. He's an absolute mess, relying on Sam to get through this apocalypse without becoming E.T. food. Nyong'o is fantastic naturally, revealing an edginess and justifiable anger, but also a vulnerability. She makes sense out of Sam's rather flimsy, ridiculous motivation, adding weight to an ultimately slight story. But the real star of the show is Frodo, Sam's loyal service cat who goes along with her everywhere. And we do mean everywhere. As a longtime cat owner myself, I've never known a cat to be this quiet, resourceful, and helpful. He slides in and out of trouble, guides his human companions to safety, and is just a highlight of every scene without a single meow. There are teases of things to come, including the presence of Djimon Hounsou, the only actor to reprise his role. A Quiet Place Day One is a somber entry to the series, ending on a bittersweet note that is sure to be divisive. It's also the most powerful moment of the movie, and one that only someone with the talent of Nyong'o could believably pull off. A Quiet Place has always delivered moments of shocking emotional impact, and while we had to wait a while for it here, Day One finally delivers. A Quiet Place Day One is in theaters now, and it gets a 3 out of 5. Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.